Okay, so we are now recording. So, hello if you're watching us on the recording. So, it's the 24th of August. And Jed, we had a quick call before we jumped on, and we were sort of almost joking about the fact, but it could it happen? Could we possibly have a new all-time high on Ethereum while we're on this live call?
It is happening now.
Is it?
It is happening
Getting a
now.
thumbs
We
up
will
from
see if
Sheldon as
it
well.
will cross 5K today. It could, but we will see.
That's so exciting. What price are we at the moment?
I think it's like 4920 or so.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Okay.
4912.
I guess maybe you can keep an eye on that during this 45 minutes and let's see if we cross the 5 grand. I remember back in COVID, where the whole world, of course, went crazy, it dipped to $90. I remember that back in the, isn't that crazy to think?
Would
And
you buy
also,
it all now for $90?
sorry,
Would you buy it all now for $90?
would I buy it for $90?
Yeah, would you buy like 1,000 Ethereum?
Absolutely.
I would be rushing.
But I
My
also
son
genuinely do
is
think that in a few years' time, this will be, it's very difficult to kind of think like this, but we will be saying, do you remember when Ethereum was in the 4,000s, and it's 10, 12, 15,000? That really will be a thing relatively soon. If you just look at the mass adoption that's going on. So, and of course, as I'm sure everybody knows here, our liquidity pool is half Ethereum, half lot money. So that obviously bodes well for lot money as well. Okay, so ladies and gents, a few things we want to go through today. We want to quickly share with you some exciting banking updates. Want to talk about AI trading, autonomous trading, which is coming soon, which I know many are interested and excited about, and a few other quick things as well. So, with no particular order, let's just jump in and talk about the banking. So, you may well know this, but for those that are not sure, let me just quickly cover the basics. Banking access is now active at Locked Money. On and off ramping is now active. What does that mean? Essentially, it means you can off ramp. What does that mean? It means that you can now easily send funds from either your wallet or your vault to your high street bank. In other words, off ramping, getting out of the space. And in the process of off ramping, whatever you send, it's USDC, so it's a stable coin, will get converted into your local currency. I'm just going to quickly mute everybody just for a second. So if you want to talk, please unmute yourself. And on ramping is also active, which of course is the opposite. On ramping means getting into the crypto space. You can send local fiat from your local high street bank to either your vault or your wallets. Now there is a one-time onboarding process that you have to go through because we have to obviously be there's legal infrastructure and legal requirements. That's the word, legal requirements. We'll talk about that in a few moments' time. But Jed, a simple way to describe the areas on the planet, I can't even believe I'm saying this, where you can on and off ramp using Locked Money. Because there are a few areas where the on ramping particularly is not yet active. So, what's the simplest way to describe where the on and off ramping is active, would you say?
Yeah, it's kind of very easy to answer this question. So when it comes to sending crypto assets to your bank account, off-ramping your crypto assets, we are covering the full world. I mean the whole world except the sanctioned countries. So which is amazing
Wow.
because initially when we just started building, when we had the idea about Locked Money and when we had idea to integrate banking facility, I was thinking that during these first stages we will only be able to cover the Europe, but we've been fortunate to get the access worldwide. So now, when it comes to on-ramping, sending funds from your bank account to crypto, anyone who is in Europe except UK can do that. The only thing that UK currently isn't supported it's because of harsh regulatory environment in UK. But I do believe it will change at some point. So for now, it's very easy to understand. Off ramps worldwide, on ramps Europe, and that's about it.
Perfectly said. Perfectly said. And that is extraordinary that the off-ramping is global, and the on-ramping will continue to spread as well. So the plan is, of course, to cover everywhere on-ramping as well.
Yeah, once we because for now the goal is to grow critical user base for banking because we need to see what kind of volumes we are receiving, what is the demand here. Because without understanding what is the demand, without understanding what is the expected volume, we cannot approach more jurisdictions because this is like the first question what banking partners are asking for us. So now we have started building user base. We will keep building it for this year. I don't believe this year we will connect more jurisdictions. But the goal is to grow user base now, and as long as we are growing it, yeah, we will have it all.
On that note, the fact that the banking is live, not only does it make it 1,000 times easier. I remember when I started in this space, and even recently, I think we've had this conversation before. Traditional banks can make you jump through hoops or simply say, no, we're not allowing you to send your money to this place. It's like, really? So, we fix that solution. But one thing that I'm really excited about now is, and Jed's just kind of teed this up, is to grow adoption of Lot Money, to grow users. This allows me particularly to be a guest, which I'm being asked to be a guest on lots of podcasts and live shows. And now we have something that's very tangible, very useful that we can talk about that really can help people. All successful businesses essentially have one thing in common, and that is that they solve a problem. They provide a service that there is a need for. And so now that we can say, well, with a couple of clicks, you can on and off ramp is tremendous. Also, we've got the AI coming as well. We'll talk about that in about 5 minutes' time, which is going to be another huge, exciting conversation that a lot of individuals, including myself, are going to be very excited about. So again, we've said this since day one. We want Lot Money to be a one-stop shop, a platform that allows you to not need to go anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I've been using these kinds of off-ramping solutions for the past years. Because, like I mentioned many times during such calls, I stopped storing fiat currency in the bank account a while ago because I do believe that the worst currency nowadays is fiat currency,
You're going to say the F word again.
and I only use it to cover the day-to-day expenses, and that's about it. And all of my, wealth is in crypto assets, whether it's stable coins or blue chips, but it's in crypto. And it was always easy for me to off-ramp this crypto. It takes minutes for the money to arrive into bank account, and the same is with Lock Money platform. If you are in Europe, then it is a matter of minutes. If you are outside Europe, it can take, it can be processed the same day or it can be processed next day. For example, UK is having bank holidays tomorrow, so bank transactions aren't will not be processed tomorrow, but it is not because of us. It's because of the banks in UK who are not working, and so it's going through Swift, and that's why it's taking a little longer time. So yeah, but at least we can offer this mega fast solution for Europeans, and yeah, it's very very exciting.
So there is, as we've just mentioned, in case you haven't started to explore the banking, there's a one-time, let's call it an onboarding process where you essentially have to just provide a few things, some identity. You have to do something called KYC, which is completely normal. It's proving that you are who you are. And you also have to provide a screenshot of your wallet. I'm not going to go into detail right now, but there's a few little things that only need to be done once to allow you to have access to the banking transfers. Um, I have created a course. In fact, I'll tell you what, let me quickly share the screen here. And you may well have seen this, but I'll quickly share the screen. And you might find this helpful if you'd like to know more at our blog, which is blog.locked.money. It's the first thing here. Banking is live. This is essentially a video course from me, explaining exactly what we're talking about here, how it works, how the on and the off ramping works, and again, the few things that you have to provide. One thing that might be worth mentioning immediately, because I know that some were not aware of this, is the fact that you can either on and off ramp to or from your wallet. So let's imagine you've got MetaMask or Rabby, and you might have some funds in your MetaMask or Rabby, and you want to send those to your bank. So that'd be off ramping. So you can do that. Or slash and you could use your vault. So you really have choices of where you want to send assets from, if you want to send them to your bank, in other words, off ramp, or to, if you want to send from your high street bank to either your wallet or your vault. So all this again is explained at this course. It's a very simple course. Take you maybe 35 minutes or so to go through, and explains exactly how the banking works. And yes, so that is at our blog, blog.locked.money. I'm just looking at the Igers is doing a great job answering the questions here. So thank you, Igers.
Yeah,
So,
maybe I will mention because I seen that Janice was telling that her application is in the process for over a week. So there been some lack of applications, but all of them have been are being processed. There been some applications where users have uploaded wrong documents. So, for example, if you are outside Europe, you cannot upload your bank statement as a proof of address. It has to be either a utility bill or tax document or something stating your address. So there been a handful of individuals to whom I sent email over the weekend, and I asked to provide additional document. Some of you already responded, some of you already sent me such documents, but so I just want to explain how the onboarding works. So when we get the applications, uh, from our end, we are processing them, sending, documents back and all the information to our banking partners. And then our banking partners are finishing the verification at their end. And they are doing so only during the business hours, during the business days. And these are the perks of traditional finance, which I don't like at all. But so I just want to say that everyone who provided the correct information and correct documentation should get their accounts approved tomorrow. Because usually the applications are processed from Monday to Friday.
that's tremendous. Thank you, Jed, for that additional information. Let me keep an eye on the time here. So at 19 minutes past, again, I also want to be respectful of everybody's time. So um, I will mention one other thing about the banking. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to jump in. Once you've gone through this one-time onboarding process, then it's, as you might have seen, if you've already gone through this, it's so unbelievably easy to use and so fast. I think Igers, you were off ramping and weren't your funds appearing like 2 minutes later or something in your bank, 4 minutes later? I mean, it's insane, and this is how decentralized finance should be. So it's truly extraordinary to see this. What do I want to say? I want to say one thing. It's just slipped my mind. Oh, yes, that's right. So you also have the option if you wanted to add, let's say, a second bank account that you want to send your funds to, or a second vault or a wallet that you want to send your funds to. So once you have your onboarding process approved, then you'll be able to access the banking area. You'll be able to send on and off ramp, depending on where you are in the world. And then you can add further bank accounts if you want to, and add further wallets to send funds to and from as well. And that's just a few clicks. Again, everything is covered in this course that I've made that we just talked about a moment ago at blog.locked.money. Um, right. Have we hit $5,000 yet, by the way, Igers? Is my big question. And if not, I'm going to blame you personally. Is that okay?
0928.
Four ni-
It's
oh,
it's it's
who's
still some way to go there. We're not there yet. No.
not there? 4928. Okay. Although that must be an all-time high, though, isn't it?
Also, want to mention, since you're talking about the 5,000, I want to talk about 500,000 because 500,000 is the limit what you can off-ramp or on-ramp per transaction, which is like
That's
ridiculously high.
mind-blowing.
Yeah, so once Wales pick that up, I think that will be very awesome. So
Yes.
we will be loud about the limits as well.
Gosh, that is incredible. All right, Jed. So we're at 20 minutes in. Let's pivot and turn our attention to another subject matter that I know many are very excited about, and you particularly have been kind of like the wizard behind the curtain in the Wizard of Oz, kind of teasing over the last week or so. We've been testing this in our test environment, and the test results have been extremely exciting. I'm talking about AI autonomous trading, which again is another benefit that's going to be offered to everybody at Lot Money. Now, this is going to be part of our premium plan, which is not yet live. That does have a small cost attached to it. It's either going to be $10 or $15 a month, so certainly not much, but it'd be another revenue stream, of course, and 50% of that goes into the liquidity pool. So it's all done to kind of benefit Lot Money as a business. And so the premium plan, one of the many benefits of the premium plan is access to this AI autonomous trading, where essentially you can pretty much set and forget AI trading. You do have, of course, 100% control. How it works essentially is you'll create a new vault. And then in that vault, you'll transfer in whatever you want to use for your trading. Let's say $100 to start off with. You can always access that vault at any time, and you can always stop and do whatever you want. But you can also choose, how conservative, or if you want to go a bit more, risky, it's up to you. There's going to be parameters that you can choose. And then the AI trading bot will go to town and trade for you based on either your criteria, maybe you've got experience and maybe you've got, due diligence, or maybe you want to copy other traders out there and say, you know what, I'm going to put $1,000 in and just have some fun. So, Jed, let me hand over to you. This is something we've been talking about wanting to do before we even went live in our calls last year, but when Lot Money was just sort of in its germinations phase. So where are we at with the AI trading? What sort of results are you seeing? And of course, the big question, and I hate to ask you this, but I know everybody will be thinking this. So I know you never like to be pinged to dates, but what sort of timeline do you think we're looking at?
So no timelines, but before I
Get that
jump
straight away.
to AI thing, I want to answer one question for Tamar. She was asking, how can you offer such amazing returns? And I believe Tamar is asking about the staking, LNY staking.
Okay.
So it is simple, you have to understand because the whole idea about the staking is the distribution of LNY supply. It is limited supply, meaning it's not inflationary. There is 10 billion of tokens and not less and not more, and it will stay like that. And for the staking, we have dedicated half of the supply, which will be distributed over the 7 years. And this is how you are able to receive such great APR on that. I want to emphasize that you are not earning so to say dollars for your staking. You are earning a store of value asset. And the idea is, I've been talking about it since day one when we went live. It is an opportunity for our community to whale up on the token because we are just getting started. It's pretty much, we talked with Chris today that it's a little over a year since we initiated our first round for the private sale, and we have achieved so much already, and it is just first year. And the idea for the community is to get as many tokens as possible because we are planning not to stop with this cycle, but to keep developing and keep expanding. And everything what we are developing will be connected with LNY token, which it can go up in price, it can go down, but it's still. I mean, the idea is for us to have the healthy liquidity. Because we want to run the full economy of the company through the liquidity. So whether business is receiving income, it will go through LP. If business is having expenses, it will go through LP. The idea is to be our own bank. So when you are seeing such nice APR, so it is showing how much more of those limited supply tokens you are receiving, and it won't last forever. It has a limited lifespan for the token. Maximum is 7 years, but very likely that at some point we will discontinue the single asset staking and just keep the LP staking. And this is because we will have many more opportunities how to earn yield in our platform, and maybe if we would discontinue the single asset staking, that would mean that we would be reducing our supply because we would be burning the remaining tokens that were not used in the staking.
That's a big deal.
So this is pretty much the answer how you are receiving such APRs. I also see Attila is asking what is the recommendation for the staking. So obviously, when you have long-term mindset, LP staking is the way. Because even if you are facing impermanent loss, meaning that because the value of the LP always changes. It's like a pot of a pot divided into parts. One is Ethereum, another is LNY. But still, eventually, you will either have more LNY or more Ethereum, apart from the amazing APRs. And besides the LNY rewards, users will be getting the portion of trading fees and revenues. So I do believe that LP staking is the best way to go. But feel free to choose yourself. Try both. For now, we are still allowing easy compounding for both options. But for example, if we will decide to discontinue the single asset staking, so that would mean from that day going on, it would last 2 more years until the final deposits being matured. So that's the general idea. And there is no liquidation price for LP. It is full range V2 LP staking. So you are not facing any kind of out of range or liquidations. And by the way, Ethereum is 4,950 now.
What? Gosh. Let me just quickly mention to Tamar as well. I don't know if you've watched the course. I think it's the Locked Money for Newbies course, but that is essentially about staking. And it does break down exactly what you asked about, how are these rewards even possible? Because as Jed said, then it's not printed out of thin air. What we are all earning from the staking has already been allocated purely for the stakers. So it's like, if you imagine this big barn of Locked Money tokens, it's like everything in that barn is purely for people that stake. So you earn a bit, and that's going to go down over time, which is why, as Jed said, after 7 years, it will do something different. So try not think of it, and I know at first it's difficult to kind of get our heads around something new. Try not think of it as, where am I earning this from? It's like that has already been said. Look, 50%, half of the Locked Money token, literally 50%, is purely for stakers as an incentive for people to put their trust, if you like, into the protocol. But this is
Yeah,
explained in more detail in that course, Tamar. So I hope that helps a little bit.
yeah, because other projects decide to
Insiders.
distribute such huge portions of supply by airdropping or like they are giving huge portions of their supply to centralized exchanges or to influencers or whatsoever. In our case, we are community oriented, and that's why most of our supply is dedicated for the community distribution, and that's why you see such great APRs.
Jed, we're at 30 minutes, and again, I want to be respectful and try and keep us to 45. So let's talk about AI autonomous trading. We briefly talked about it a few moments ago. Back to the question, how is it looking in the test environments, and what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so it's looking awesome, and we like you all know probably in our IT team we have a Sam who is purely focused on AI development. So he has started developing the first strategies. I won't go into too many details. I don't want to reveal too many details about such strategies yet. But he was showing me the screenshots of what kind of yield he is generating in the test environment, and it's actually looking like too good to be true. So
Gosh,
I do believe that we will have awesome opportunities in our platform to how the community can earn yield besides the LNY staking. And this yield, what they will be receiving, maybe they will be receiving in USDC or the currency of their preference. What we are planning to do, because for example, there are many platforms in DeFi who offer yield offerings, and many times such yield offerings are way too centralized, where you don't have too much of control over how your funds are used to produce yield. And I don't like that option at all. And in our case, what we are going to introduce is, together with premium category, is that you will be able to activate your AI assistant, so to say, AI agent, and whatever yielding strategies you will have, it will be individual for you. So that means everyone in the community, for example, if there are 100 people using this tool, there will be like 100 different separate yielding strategies. And, some of you can be making, I don't know, 1,000% APR. Some of you can be losing. It will also depend on you because you will be able to set, conditions for your AI agent, whether you like low risk or high risk or medium risk. Maybe you're degen, maybe you are not. Maybe you like trading with blue chips, or maybe you like trading with meme coins. So everyone will be able to strategize based on their own taste, and anything else will be done by your AI companion. And whatever profits this AI agent will be making for you, there will be a profit tax. We won't be taxing your investment, what you are putting into this AI agent, but we will be taxing the profits, and this tax will be automatically buying LNY token from the market. So it's great for our LP, it's great for the users, and it's great for Lock Money as a company. So cannot wait. Besides AI trading, this premium category will also give you enhanced security, because you will be able to assign it as your second signer for in multisig vault, and it will be protecting you. It will be safeguarding you like a firewall. So, for example, if you mistakenly clicked on some links and you will be trying to approve access to some kind of draining contracts or whatsoever, AI will be notifying you about it, that something is wrong here, and are you sure, and things like that. So yeah, it's not only about the trading, but it's also about the security, and I really cannot wait for that part. I don't think that maybe 2 months, but 2 months sounds very, the time is
Guys,
going really
he
fast.
said a time. We've got to hold him to it.
No, but I am just denying your 2 months, and that's it.
Ah,
I'm just,
yes.
I don't want to bring false expectations,
No, I know
but
you don't.
trust me that now at this point of time, our full focus is on AI development. So, we want, our intention is to develop it as soon as possible, but the development usually is slow because there are multiple phases of development. Initially, you code it, then you have to test it, then you have to run through, multiple tests in early, like many things, auditing as well. So many things, but we are working hard on that.
So just to be clear, you heard it here. Jed said it would be ready by Friday. Thanks, Jed. So
So also
I
Attila
don't
is
think he heard that.
asking, uh, I have 3 topics I would like to ask about: community safety, lock-on campaign support, and communication. So when it comes to community safety, all of our smart contracts have been audited multiple times by leading auditor SpecShield. Uh, when it comes to safety in Telegram, just never answer any direct messages, because only scammers can message you direct message. We as a team never do that, and we are repeating it on a daily basis.
Daily.
There are many impersonators who put the same profile pictures, the same names, and trying to fool people, and they've been successful in some cases. But yeah, just be smart and know one thing: it's golden rule. We never send you a direct message, and that's about it. Lock-on campaign, I don't have too many details on that, because this is responsibility of our chief marketing officer. He was setting it up. He was looking after it. But if you will have any kind of question towards this, you can either send it in the main chat, or send him a direct message, and I'm sure he will answer at some point when he's online. And that's about it. Support and communication. We are active in Telegram chats on a daily basis, and we are, yeah, I think we are very supportive. We do have Discord, but I don't think we will be continuing with Discord. Uh, Again, it just requires additional human resources as well. It is time consuming, and I do not believe that our user base is on Discord, because in Discord you can find more like gaming and NFT communities,
Mm.
but we are targeting more serious people. And so yeah, but for now we will keep it, just for the sake of having it. But anyone who found us recently, I would strongly suggest spread the word, because this is, even if the markets are peaking, for us it is still early stage, and we are just getting started. And anyone who finds us now, they are pretty much lucky to have us.
Let's ask if anyone here would like to ask a question, have a comment, let some clarity on anything. Feel free. I may even pick on somebody, I'm afraid. I do this now and again. If you have any comments. In fact,
Hello, Chris.
who's...
Good. It's Michael Etley here.
Hey, Michael.
Hi, can you hear me? I've had a few issues, partly because my wife's been poorly and I've had to focus on that. But also because it's Saturday, Sunday night, Sunday's a family day for me. So missed a lot of
course.
stuff that I should have, and I want to catch up like a couple of months worth in a bit of a rush. I just wondered if there's an easy way of doing that.
So sorry, what's your question, Michael?
Well, how do I catch up with what I've missed over the last 2 months, really?
Are you how
All these,
familiar? I mean, have you created a vault at Locked Money?
I've done very little. I put the initial investment into your uh, pre-call, pre-investment.
Okay.
Private round.
What I would
And,
suggest,
but
what I would suggest, Michael, just like anything, is just like anything, just get comfortable using essentially the website. And that means kind of going through the dashboard, understanding what your assets are, what swapping is.
Yeah.
All this is explained in this course I've made called Locked Money for Newbies. Literally everything.
Right, okay.
And I
That
would just
sums
say,
it all up.
grab a coffee. Not that you are stressing, but don't stress about it. Take your time. As Jed said, you're here nice and early, and just spend, a few hours one Sunday afternoon, maybe not a Sunday, and go through the course and make notes. And you will find, because I like to learn like this, it's very step by step, and it will explain everything.
Right,
I'm
okay.
also working on another course called the Fundamentals. The reason I haven't put that live is we keep adding new things. But for now,
And we
Lot
al-
Money for Newbies will be absolutely perfect for you.
yeah,
I've
and we
got the
also
time
have
getting card.
we also have a Gitbook page, which is very, very informative, pretty much written everything about the platform. I will paste the link now in the chat here as well. So
So
read
let me
it up.
explain, in case for those that may not be aware, every digital crypto project that's legitimate should have a Git book, which is a book online that breaks down everything, and it's linked to from our main website, locked.money. So if you scroll to the very bottom of locked.money, you'll see a link that says docs, and it will take you to this thing called the Git book. And it's a big document. It took us months to write, but it's about 50 or 60 pages, basically an online book. So you might find that helpful as well, and that really goes into kind of the details of what Locked Money is.
Yeah, I've just had to zone out because of various family issues going on. My
Totally
wife's
get
ill
it,
health,
mate. Everybody's dealing with something. I completely get it. Completely get it.
and I just need to catch up in a rush, really,
But
because I
you've got
recognise I need
there's
it.
no rush per se. You're not missing anything. So
Exactly.
so there's no like
No, but there's
be
trades I
something.
want to make, and I'm just that this whole crypto area is so, it seems to me on the face of it, so insecure, so prone to corruption or people taking the piss out of it, taking your crypto basically.
Well, I mean,
Um,
I understand what you're saying. I would argue that any industry in its infancy, has got
yeah,
it's got its
well,
scammers and
come on.
con men, and still does to this
Yeah.
day. I think traditional finance is the biggest con of all. As long as Jed says, as long as we don't answer direct messages, and we spend just a bit of time not stressing ourselves out, learning what the protocol does, you're going to be
Yeah.
absolutely fine, mate. And you're so
Yeah, and I do believe that you said that traditional finance is the biggest conman. I would say that the biggest conman is our taxation system, how the taxes work,
Yes.
because that's the biggest scam worldwide. And we are approaching that as well with our professional category. So feel free to learn the perks of professional category. This is the reason why we have implemented robust legal frameworks, pretty much and equivalent to trust funds or foundations. So if you know how these work, and if you see the value,
I
go ahead
understand trust
and
funds,
subscribe
yeah.
to Pro.
I mean, this is the biggest change to the financial system in 800 years, really.
Yeah, yeah,
Think
I
about
get
it. And
that.
this all came about because of really the financial crash of 2008 and people realizing that there has to be a different way of doing things. And now we become the bank. We don't rely on the middleman. We don't rely on one centralized authority. And, with that comes a learning curve, but such opportunity as well for those of us that
Yes, yeah,
and I'm
I
still
get that.
learning. Jeb will tell you, I message him most days, asking questions, as we all do. So you're in the right place, Michael. Don't worry at all. Go through that course, Lot Money for Newbies, and you'll be
Well,
all set.
that'll catch me up a bit, will it?
Yes, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank
Thanks,
you.
mate. Let me ask anyone else. Anybody else got anything to share or comment or question? Please feel absolutely free. The only silly question, as I always say, is the question that you don't ask. Don't feel as if, I should know this and I'm too embarrassed to ask.
Can I jump in here?
Is that young David?
Young? Wow. You need some new glasses.
You're looking good, David. Where are you, David?
Me,
in
I'm
nice
in
office.
Forest,
Yeah.
Mexico City.
Oh, look, we're
Yeah.
really global tonight.
I'm
Just
I'm
wonderful.
that weird bod that replied to your 4 a.m. message on Facebook.
When I said I was up at 4 a.m. working.
Yes, yeah. I didn't believe you, but yes,
Oh, I
okay.
really am. I love my 4 a.m. starts. How can I
Yes,
help you,
okay.
David?
I've forgotten the question. No, I don't know. It's the old age. I'm sorry, but yes. Uh the automatic compounding. Somebody mentioned. I think it was Jed mentioned that a few minutes ago. How do you do that? Is there? Maybe I've missed this,
No,
but how do you do automatic compounding?
yeah, so there is no automatic compounding when it comes to compounding. So you would have to claim your rewards and
Oh,
deposit
okay.
them back to the same. So that we haven't done that intentionally. Uh, just it would be too easy if, too easy to have huge balances. I'm very happy with some of the members in the community who really get it, and I have seen already some very awesome balances what they grew up, and yeah, keep doing that. If you if you are undecided whether you want to, I don't know, keep it in liquid or if you want to compound, I all I can say is that there is a limited lifespan for this staking, so it's totally up to you what to do. But yeah, this opportunity won't last forever.
Okay. Come on, like a ballpark figure. How long are you talking about for the staking plan?
Yeah, so LP staking will go until the full lifespan completes, which is up to 7 years since the day one.
Yeah.
But for the single asset staking, as soon as we have this AI trader who is generating yield. So that means we have more options for to offer in the platform for yielding. That's I think this will be the time when we will put a close on new deposits. So that will mean you will be able to only to claim and yeah, so if you will have, for example, at that point of time, if you will have new stake for 24 months, so that will mean you will be earning yield for 24 months. And keep in mind, the longer it goes to the end, there will be less stakers left in the staking pool, and that will mean higher APRs. So I do believe that eventually, if we will decide to discontinue single asset staking, I do believe that it could be very very awesome during the last years. Last month at least, because it was very awesome during the first month when people were earning up to 1000 APR. It was gradually going down and slowing down because the participation was increasing. But again, it will balance out, and eventually the APRs should start increasing as well because there will be less of stakers in the pool.
Now, one other silly question, I think, but is the
Just a quick one regarding that multi-chain. First of all, yes, I spoke with Magnus already about that, so we'll start the tests very soon. And one quick question about multi-chain, Jed, for you maybe. If it will become multi-chain, so those vaults we have already will become multi-chain, or we will have to open new ones?
Yeah, if you have created a vault after the last update of the Vault's smart contract, which happened way back. So then yes, you will be able to have the same address on different chains, which is awesome. There will be a very small group of individuals who will have to create separate vaults, but most of you will be able to do so.
So I'm just answering a question here in the chat. Um, yes, it's very exciting about having the multi-sig vaults coming very soon. Any other
Yeah,
questions?
I see the questions where, user is asking where should they stake, whether in a wallet or a wall. It's totally up to your preference, but keep in mind that the vaults are, even more secure because it is multi-signature, and you have much more flexibility, and there are no seed phrases as well. So there are way less attack vectors where you can compromise your wallet. So, I do believe, I would suggest just get used, play around with vaults, get used to it and start using it because, it's really very user friendly. It's very secure, and it will become even more secure with AI functionality. So our platform is oriented towards the vaults. So this is the way, but if you don't want to use vaults, feel free to use wallet. So it's totally up to everyone's preference.
Let me ask very quickly, just out of interest, a quick straw poll. And this isn't me fishing for a yes, by the way, but maybe you could type in the chat whether you would be open to coming on board the premium plan, bearing in mind it will be $10 or $15 a
It
month.
will be 15, yes.
15, okay, but it will include the AI, autonomous trading, and many other features as well. It's not live yet, but how do you feel about that? So it's $15. I mean, I personally think, and I'm saying this with no, obviously I'm, a co-founder here, but that aside, to me, it's an absolute no-brainer.
Yeah, it's like, the price of usual subscriptions like Spotify, Netflix, or so on, like ChatGPT, because it's not only about trading and keeping you more secure, but you will also be able to communicate with your AI assistant, and your AI assistant will be able to, break down market news, some community dynamic sentiments, or maybe do analysis on your portfolio as well. So it will be very, very, very useful tool. It will take time until we develop everything, but this is how we do it. We always do one step at a time. And for now, the next step is AI trading. But then, it doesn't mean that it will stop over there. AI, I think AI side in our platform can be truly, truly a great game changer, and it can actually attract broader audience from the crypto space because, it is what eventually it is what all the hype is about in the crypto space, and eventually it is what people actually need. It's all about keeping the assets secure and making more money in crypto. That's why we all are in crypto space, to make more money.
Well, Jed, I'm going to begin to wrap us all up. If anybody wants to jump on, feel free to interrupt me and ask your question. Otherwise, we will put this recording in the blog. It will be there within about an hour from now or so. And I don't think we quite nudged 5,000, did we, on Ethereum? I don't. It was optimistic.
I told you. No, but you were closer than my prediction, so to say, because we are very close to that 5K.
Right, that's wonderful. Ladies and gents, as always, we appreciate you carving out time wherever you are in the world. It's been a very international affair here. Thank you so much. There's many names here that I haven't even had time to mention. Thank you for those that have asked a question and have had your cameras on, and Janice and Tamar and Jim and Marilyn and Sheldon and Andy and Stephen. We never got to speak Stephen today. Sorry, buddy. And Mitch is here. Lovely to see you, Mitch, with your camera on. And Renato and Ivan and Igers and Michael and Anthony and David and many others as well. So the recording will be put in our Telegram community and in our Facebook community in about an hour or so from now. I think that's all. So if I could just ask if we could just kind of wave our hands at the camera, because it always looks nice for those that are watching the recording. Thank you, guys. And see you in the Telegram community. Have a wonderful rest of your day, afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. We appreciate you. Thanks for your time. Bye.